Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
What up, what up? You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. Today we got Frans in the building. Frans did 31 years out of 51 years sentence for wrongly convicted at 17 for 2 counts of murder. And with that being said, let's get right to it, man. Your boy Pistol Pete, Dog in the Yard. What up, what up? You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. And today we got Frans in the building.
How you doing,
What's
brother?
up, Frans?
What's up?
How you been, brother?
I'm good, bro.
Man, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you
Man.
Thank you for inviting me,
Say
brother.
what's up, man, all that. What's happening, brother?
Good, man.
How you been?
I've been good, man.
Okay.
Good.
So you been home 17 months?
Yes.
Out of what?
31 years and 11 days.
31 years and 11 days.
Yes.
And now, and what you been doing, man? What's going on?
Okay, so I've been working since I've been out. You know, I have 1,001 ideas I have yet to get to execute because, like I was expressing to you a little earlier, man, I'm going through the process. You know, I got locked up when I was 17 years old. I was sentenced to 51 years of life, you know, for a crime I didn't commit, right? Like I explained to you earlier about the street culture and stuff that we subscribe by. I lived by a certain code back then, and it was 2 options: die or live by the code. I lived by the code. Unfortunately, the code cost me a long time in my life. And
How old you was?
I was 17.
So you was 17 years old. What year was this?
That was 1992.
92.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back and get into that.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your upbringing. You know, your siblings, where you from? You from Brooklyn?
Yes, East New York.
East New York, okay. And you know, give us a little bit for the youth, the viewers to know a little bit about yourself and your upbringing, siblings, and when you started getting in trouble, and when you actually caught that, and you know, what caused for you to go to jail.
All right, so I'm a first-generation American. My mother was born in Trinidad, and she migrated to Aruba. My father was born in Suriname, which is South America, right next to Dutch Guyana. It's called Dutch Guyana, right next to Guyana. And he migrated to Aruba. They met each other in Aruba, going to school. They got with each other. My father came to America in 1968. My mother followed right behind. So when they came here, I was born in 1974. See, my sister was born in 1972. I was born in 1974. So I had a decent household. I seen from at a young age what a man should be like based on my father. So my father sacrificed and slept in abandoned buildings back then. We lived in an apartment, but back then, remember, they were selling buildings for like $1. It was cheap. So he thought, okay, I can go in there, but I have to stay in there because at the time, you know, you had people that were stealing tools and stuff like that. He went in there with our family dog, built the house, gutted the house out, built it up. That was the first home that we moved into. So his mindset was that if he can do that with several houses, he could do that and all his children can have homes within the next, 20 years.
Yeah.
If that may be the case. And he could also hustle with them. Unfortunately, things didn't work out because his papers wasn't right. He didn't get deported, but he couldn't put a lot of things in his name, and he put in other people's name, and they beat him because he was naive. He was naive, but that's what brings me to me now, right? So having West Indian parents or parents that's from another country, they're kind of like oblivious or naive to the ways of America, especially New York City, especially Brooklyn. So one of my mother's things was no fighting in school, be good. She was coming from the right place because that's how she was raised. But I couldn't even explain to her that that's not applicable in Brooklyn, East New York, in the late 70s, early 80s. That's all everybody did was fight.
It was real.
Yeah, so it was like, you can't even wear a pair of British Walkers or Bally's if you ain't know how to fight.
Facts.
You couldn't even wear sheepskin. So, when I think about it now, right, the things that we had to do to survive, right, just to wear a coat to go see a girl, you had to have a certain caliber or had to be a certain caliber dude to have a reputation just to go 2 blocks down with a pair of Pumas on your feet. And so I was in conflict with the streets and with my moms and my family because they're like, you have to behave, and then I'm getting in trouble in school because that no fighting thing didn't work for me.
Yeah, it's not working out. You get in the trouble with your mom. She's like, yo, What's happening?
But I'm not being disobedient, but it's that I got to survive in school. So it started from a young age as far as surviving, right? So what my parents thought was no outside, stay inside. You know how that go. You got to go to work, Mom. Father got to go to work. And then I was one of those kids that was always curious. But I had West Indian parents that never explained things. It was always don't ask no questions. So now I look out the window one too many times. I'm seeing what's happening out there. He told me I stay away from these guys, but these guys got the jewelry on, they got the cars, they got the girls. He's not saying why I stay away from them, though. You know what I'm saying? He just saying stay away from them. But every time I walk by them, they're acknowledging me. Yo, what's going on, little friends? What's going on? What's up, man? Here go $2. Here go. To me, they all right with me. You know what I'm saying?
You good?
Yeah, they good. You know what I'm saying? No, there you go. So, you know, Mama Love have to go to work. Father have to go to work. After school, there's nobody there. My sister, she's staying in the house. I'm looking out that window. I'm going outside. By the time my moms come back, I'll be back. That's what I'm saying in my brain.
Yeah.
But you know, you get out there, you get caught up, you run around, man.
That's the plan, right?
Street lights came on, you forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? You know, back then the street lights come on, you better get inside. So I started off at a young age, right, being around a whole bunch of petty elements, in my opinion, right? When crack came out, I never engaged in that. I never seen the logic in me working for you. And I'm sitting there saying, well, this is the guy who brings the stuff. This is when I get the money. We can just take the money from him. What the hell? I'm going to sit up in there all day long doing, you know? That was my mindset at a young age. And even before we got to that, we said, okay, what point of doing that? Pick up a whole bunch of empty valves, put some sheetrock in it, sit in the hallway because this spot is making thousands by the minutes, literally. We go sit in the hallway. You know, we go sit in the hallway right here. Yo, listen, the spot is closed right now. They doing something in there. And we go sell fake crack for about 15 minutes. You got to get the hell up out of here before they blow it up. Yeah. We was doing little stuff like that. We knew in our mind that Pistol Pete and them, whatever the case, but they're not going to kill us. They're not going to hurt us for a couple of hours, man. We ain't doing nothing. We little kids. We taking a little bit of money. Give me a little bit of jewelry. Mostly probably $1,000, $100. Them dudes is making that and nothing. So we understood that at a young age with the older dudes, right? They probably just beat us up a little bit, which we didn't care because we got tougher that way. But that's how I really started getting introduced into the streets. As I started gradually getting older, it went from just going to other side, which is the Bamas, from my side in East New York, in the projects, to messing with girls, to fighting, to things elevating to guns. So a couple of my friends, I won't say no names in particular, before we even got to 16, was murdered. Murdered. I ain't talking about by mistake. They were just shooting around. I'm talking about deliberate. I had a girlfriend. She wasn't my personal girlfriend, but she was a female friend. She was 15 years old. She got shot right in the head twice, literally, because she was into that lifestyle. We all come from the same thing. So it became something now where that you're not gonna kill me. That's not happening. So when everybody was getting money to buy little clothes and stuff like that, I was getting money to buy stuff that I can use to take care of me if I had a situation. And my first situation was in '91. I was coming back from Brownsville, and I happened to see a couple of dudes that, you know, we had issues with. And when I told my man, I said, listen, bro, I see these dudes in here, I'm firing on them. I fired them, thank God the brothers didn't die. One dude got shot in the face, other dude got shot in his leg. I got knocked right there on the spot. This is how retarded I was. The precinct was across the street. But none of this is going on in my brain, just that on sight. If I see
your
these
mind
dudes,
is not even not even developed for that, for you to even think that far. To have that, I'll just
impulsive.
Impulsive.
That was no thought. Now that was
That's
the
the
dumbest
correct
crime in
word.
America, bro. I'm being honest. Like, now that I look at it, it's like, you know, just being impulsive.
Yes,
I did that.
on
And
insight.
I thank God they didn't die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at that particular time, there was no such thing as it is now where the state pick up the charges. If you didn't come in and file a felony complaint about what transpired, then the only thing I got charged with was the gun and reckless endangerment. So once I got that and I got the bail, I was like, okay, cool. Yo, I'll take that. Probation, let me get that. But another thing too, real quick on that, right? What kind of messed me up with that was that in my brain, I thought if I get enough money to get bailed out if something happened, I could just always bail out. I don't really understand what's going on. So my mind said, let me get money so that way now if I do something, I could just bail out and get out.
Yeah.
But it made matters worse. So being around certain elements, right, it made me, I'm not going to say a victim. When you're dealing with higher level dudes of crime, like I said, I was doing petty shit. Right? But I was always around. Everybody knew who I was. I was mixing and moving. I was used in a situation where is that somebody lost their lives. 2 people lost their lives. I was accused of killing these people, which they didn't know that. They know I didn't do to commit the crimes. The police knew that. In 2000, when I was incarcerated already after 10 years of being convicted, they came to visit me and told me, I didn't commit the crimes I was in prison for. But they wanted to know if I gave the 10 years I've already been in prison any thought into telling who committed these crimes. I said, first of all, if you knew who committed these crimes, you need to go to the police station and tell them who committed these crimes. I didn't commit these crimes.
Absolutely.
I don't know who committed no crimes. I don't know anything about no crimes. You saying, I didn't commit it, go tell the DA that.
Yeah,
that was the first thing.
Facts.
So they think like, no, we just want to know if you want to give you what? The same thing I told you from day one, the same thing I'm telling you now. I didn't do nothing, I don't know nothing. That's how that's going to stay. Unfortunately, I wound up doing 31 years and 11 days behind that, right? That's still going, that's being dealt with as we speak right now. I'm still challenging my conviction. How I was out now, my time was ran consecutive as opposed to being concurrent, right? I had 25 and 25 running wild, which totaled 51 years, The 1.5 and the 4.5 came from the violation from the 2 attempt murders I caught. They gave me probation for. They took that back, gave me 1.5 to 4.5. That's how I wound up with 51 years of life. So when the brain studies came out with the juveniles in regards to is it damn against the law to be giving juveniles life sentences, 51 years of life is a de facto sentence. It's like a death sentence. Who the hell are you doing 51 years? It's impossible. Yeah. Other states is not doing that. So New York is the only state that haven't done it yet. But something was agreed upon with Professor Zeidman. He spoke with district attorney and said, look, y'all being proactive in regards to juveniles, right? Particular cases. This is a guy who's been in prison for 31 years. Yes, he had a rough start, as everybody else did, right? But look what he's been doing within the last couple of years. I was in there mentoring. I was in there running programs. This is what I was doing in there. I couldn't even go to college because in college you have to have 20 years or less so your parole board in order to go to college. And you have to stay out of trouble for a certain amount of time. I'm be honest, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'll be real with you. And it wasn't that I was just running around getting into situations with us. I don't like nothing about prison, bro. Excuse my language, fuck prison.
Facts.
I hate prison.
Facts.
I hate what it does to us.
Facts.
I hate what it, I mean, even if you look at it now, right?
That's right. This
what
is
we
your
subjected
platform
to,
right here. This is what you let it be out.
So this is what I hate it, right? So
Facts.
while I was in there during that time, right, I try to figure out every single way to find displeasure in everything. They telling you these are rules. I'm like, rules? They'll tell me I'm a die in prison. Fuck your rules. Fuck. I'm 1993. I'm in Comstock. Thank God for old timers, right? Because they saved me a lot, bro. I was doing a whole bunch of dumb shit to the police back then in Comstock. I could have really lost my life.
That's the wrong fucking jail.
But I'm a kid.
Comstock, German was there.
Yeah, they were always there. But I'm a kid. Remember, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't
I'm a
care.
kid. You told me I got 51
You
years of
ignorant
life.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
Nobody really telling you his shit.
What do you mean rules?
Yeah.
What rules? I got 51 years of life. Ain't no rules, bro. I'll do what the fuck I want to do. Whatever consequence I deal with. That's how my mind. I'm thinking, because you don't write a sound, the most you might get is beat up. Police might jump you. That's what I'm thinking. But as we seen recently with Robert Brooks, as we always seen when he was in prison, it wasn't on camera. Dudes was getting murdered in there.
Yeah, we been knew that.
But it was new to me. So now I used to be telling the police, SMD, throwing soap at them, all type of craziness. All of a sudden, listen, your bro, you go mess around and get murdered in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, F them. They're like, you can't be doing that. Thank God there was old timers who snatched me up. You go read these books, you go to the law library, and you go to school, right? I thank God for that because as you know, when you come into that prison system, it's 2 lanes you can wind up in. You got the creeps that can get a hold of the young brothers and all type of wickedness. They start
kind of shit,
introducing you to heroin and all type of booty bandit shit.
You be in the yard doing shit.
All type of weird shit. You'll hold this knife right here, go do this.
You just be in the yard doing nothing.
Dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the other old timers where it was that read this book, you go work out. That was my introduction. I thank God for that. So I've always been a disciplined militant dude while I was in prison. Even before I came to prison, I was never a jokey type of person. If we cool, we rock with each other, then we joke. But this, in general, that was never my thing. As a kid, I was never like that. So in prison, it just enhanced more because it's a more serious setting. You can't be that way.
That volume is up.
Yeah,
you really on your shit.
And you can't be that way in there because unfortunately, our culture don't respect, right? All we respect is disrespect. Well, the cornballs, real gentlemen and gangsters, we respect. When you're in prison, you try to be cordial. How you doing? Good morning, brother. You got to do on the sideline saying, "This dude is soft." You heard him saying, "No, I'm just securing my position as a man."
Absolutely.
I don't feel the need to have to disrespect you in order for me to be recognized or acknowledged. I can come to you and say, "How you doing?" Excuse me, my brother, pardon me. My bad. I apologize.
Absolutely.
I don't feel no way about that But unfortunately, sometimes when you're in prison, you're dealing with certain caliber dudes.
Of course.
They put you in a position. Unfortunately, I had some situations where I had to go upside some heads because of that, because of my disposition.
Two years at a time.
Yes, because again, I've always been this way. Like I told you earlier, I have a mother, my father, so I had a family structure. Even in the streets, I was in the streets with respect. I'll rob you and say, excuse me. If you know what I'm saying? If I push you too hard. But you got robbed. You just got to deal with that. I had that type of mannerism. So even in prison, I had the same mannerism. So people would hear my name, right? And when they see me, they're like, yo, they're confused. I said, yo, nah, don't listen to nothing you hear. I'm not that type of person. People are going to put emphasis on things. That's not me. I don't even want to be known for that.
Right.
I used to have a conversation with one of my homeboys that I don't want to be feared. I would prefer to be respected. There's a difference between fear and respected. When you fear, it's only for the moment. It's in the presence. If you here right now and a person fears you, it's only for right here. As soon as you leave, the person leave, there's no respect there. They'll talk about you like a dog.
Absolutely.
But they respect you, it's not going to be that way because the respect goes a little bit longer.
Right.
You know, so that was always my motto inside the system, and I always fought against everything in the system. The conditions, you jump on, if the police jump on somebody, and I seen that, call me, bro. I'll be a witness. You need some help writing a lawsuit, you need help writing a grievance, I'm here for you. I'm here for that. When I got out the door, they had the wrongful conviction rally. I was there 3 days after I was released. Every rally that was of recent in regards to prison conditions, I was at all of them except for one because I had to go to work. There's nowhere in the world I did 31 years in prison and not going to have something to say about that system. I have to say something about that system.
Absolutely. You have a lot to say about that.
A whole lot. Anytime there's a platform, I make sure I put emphasis on the conditions and how they treat us, bro. Because for me, it's personal. I wasn't even 20. I was 19 when the police pulled dreads out my head and beat me up badly. I thank God I didn't die because at the time I was so ignorant.
How long you was in jail during that time? Like
that was in.
How long before you?
That was 94 in Comstock.
Yeah, but you was in jail like how many years already?
Little over 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah, little over 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first experience, and that put me on a path of constantly. Because you know, once you get that situation with the police, you go to the next spot, they feel like they can just do what they want to do.
On and popping after that.
So it just became a trail.
Let it be known. It is it. Once you get to popping at one jail with the police, that shit travels.
Yes.
You get to another facility, they beating you up or trying you real quick. You end up in the box, all kind of dumb shit.
Then you go into a category, you know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get to the jail, your name is there, they highlight that, and you go through that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I had met Eddie Ed in Southport. And, you know, he had gave me a book Mumia Abu Jamal. And he gave me that book. He told me to read the book. Because, you know, he just like, we both started going out just around the same time. And that book put me on a mindset of even being more militant in regards to the police and the system. Because like I said, I don't like nothing about it. You know, people glorify it, right? I don't know what the purpose is for that. I don't. I hate it. Because it fucks up. It fucks us up, bro.
Absolutely.
It fucks us up, bro.
So while you was in there, you was fighting your case.
Yes.
You started going to the law library.
Yes.
And you never lost hope.
Absolutely not.
You was regardless of what the situations you was dealing with in regards to, you know, the police and they snatching your dress up and, you know, you beefing with the police, you still managed to maintain to go to law library and work on your case. Did you go to the box at any given point?
I did over 10 years in the box.
Oh, okay, so you did over 10 years in the box.
I did 3 years, 3 years twice. I did 18 months. I did 2 years, a year, 6 months.
All staff related?
Yeah. Well, 2 of them was prisoners, but
Okay.
everything else was staff related.
With staff?
Police.
Yeah, so I know that staff. Yeah. So you lucky you came out with your teeth.
Yeah.
You lucky you came out like
now I got
both of your eyes.
I got my spine. I got nerve damage in my neck. One part of my body is like partially paralyzed. Okay. I've been through some things.
Okay.
My knee, my meniscus
no, I could just
is torn in
imagine.
my
That's
joint.
what I'm saying. Like you going there with the police, you already know that. You know that's something that we know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The public don't know.
Yeah.
But we know the shit that they do to us and shit while we in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you managed to still going to the library, and at what point, you know, that transition, you know, that you said, let me get on this because I need to get home.
I mean, I got tired, bro, and then I realized I had a value. So there was an old timer named Panna. He deported him. I went to a program called Exodus that Julio Medino used to run, right? So I went to Exodus. I went as a participant. And when I was in there, I was real passionate. You know, I always spoke. I was always vocal. I wasn't the guy that was sitting in the back. I was in the front because I heard so much about the program and how it was transitioning individuals.
Yeah, you want to be present.
Yes, I really wanted to do something different than what I've been doing.
Absolutely.
You know, so the dude was like, yo, at the end of the class, when the graduation over, I want you to stay. So I'm thinking, you know, stay to kick it with him. He's like, no, I want you to stay on board. As a facilitator, I said, man, I ain't no teacher, man. Like I didn't see me being able to do that.
You didn't see your growth in you.
Yeah, and then it was still like, I'm being honest with you, it was still like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. He's still in the yard a little bit.
Yeah. So it was like,
Facts, I got you.
He said, no. He said, that's exactly why I want you. So I was like, I'm confused. Like, you know, the integrity of the program is always, you know, promoting 100% positive. He said, listen, bro, you have potentials, right? And the only way you're going to allow your potential to shine is if someone like me is willing to roll the dice and take the risk. I'm hoping that once you get on board, right, you're going to be conscious of what you're doing out there in the yard, what you're doing here, and you don't want to be a hypocrite.
Absolutely.
So he basically he set me up, but he set me up in a
put you
good way though. Yeah. So
in
it was
a good
like,
way though.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not a hypocrite. So damn, if I do sign up to be involved with this, that means I gotta be the yard alone.
You gotta represent.
And that's what I did. So at that point, it was like I felt like I had something to offer to some of the brothers, right? That just needed some structure.
Absolutely. You seen brothers in the worst condition.
Yes.
Than what you was.
Yes.
And you felt the need to help them.
And then I always
that's dope.
And then
that's
I also rewind the tape too, though. I rewind the tape back to some of the things that was being told to me when I first came into the prison system in regards to education. You had old timers that was like, look, when we teach you something, we show you something, it becomes your responsibility and your duty to teach somebody else.
Facts.
And when you teach somebody else something, you tell them the same thing. And as long as we can keep that trend going, we can impact people a little bit more better as opposed to worse.
Absolutely.
So that always resonated in my brain. So when he gave me that opportunity, I went in there, man.
Knowledge is strong, brother.
Yeah.
We got to keep spreading that knowledge.
Yeah, I took that. And that was my position. Like, for us, even like right now, right, the prison system is like doomed, bro. Because there's no old timers in it no more. All of us, most of us is out here now. You got a few that's still left in there. And the ones that's left in there, I'll be honest with you, they're suffering, bro. That's torture right now. For you to keep a man in prison for 40 years, 30 years, it's torture.
It's torture.
All the things he's accumulated and learned, he can't even apply them because you just got him sitting in prison. Rotten. Rotten. I don't understand the purpose of that.
Go by.
No, I don't understand the purpose of that. And this is why I have to be adamant about we have to change the way the system is in regards to how these sentences are designed. Because you're giving dudes 50, 60, 100 years, man, that don't make no sense.
It's not realistic.
It's not even rehabilitation in that process. What are you getting out of that? So now you say, okay, well, after 15, 20 years, you're saying, yo, I got it, man. You know, I'm done with this shit. I want to do the right thing. Yeah. But guess what? You ain't going nowhere.
You still stuck.
So how the fuck could you do the right thing in a wrong environment? So you gonna be an educated prisoner? You got a college degree, but you can't even do nothing with it because you stuck in prison for the next 30 years. You got so much to offer and to give to whoever needs it, but you
can't even do nothing with it.
So now you know what happens to you? You become miserable. So now you're just walking around, you're just angry at everything, man.
Yeah.
So the system is doing this to pure brothers in there that deserve opportunity to come out here and show the work. That's why for me, I have to stay right here. You know why? I'm gonna be the poster boy and the billboard for those that's still left in there.
That's
so anytime they start talking about, you know, guys in prison that's violent crimes and excuse me, man, that's me right here.
Yeah.
I serve XYZ.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
That's
There's
right.
a whole bunch of other brothers back there too that deserve a shot.
And
you see what I've been doing.
And you represent.
You see what I've been doing, right?
That's facts.
I've been straight and narrow. So give somebody an opportunity too. Dude's been out there. Give him an opportunity. We ain't telling you open the door and say let him go. Let him go to the parole board. He can't go to the parole board with 75 years of life, bro. How? He gonna die.
Yeah.
Reevaluate the man now. Give him an opportunity. Let him go to the parole board.
So he could be home for a little bit. Give the brother a chance.
My thing is, if he fits
those
the bill,
that really want a chance.
Yeah, but that's why I've said if he fits it. So if you allow him to go to parole board, if his shit ain't right and exact, that's on him.
Yeah, he got to wear that.
If it's right and exact, give him that opportunity.
Give him the opportunity.
That's the only thing I'm always going to advocate for.
I think that's a dope movement right there.
Yeah, have to, bro.
I think that right there would change a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of good brothers will have the chance to come home. Even if they're a little old, 65, I mean, at least
still have something to offer.
At least they get something to come out here and experience some of this life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because life is bigger than just being in jail.
Yeah.
You know, with all the knowledge and just stuck there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We assets out here now. Like even like you see with family and friends that are wrongfully convicted, with Derek Hamilton and Rennie Smith, like I move with them all the time. And
You were two powerful brothers, man. Y'all moving. I think between me meeting them two brothers and meeting you, I think y'all in for something great.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? And like I told them, I'm gonna tell you, this platform is designed for you guys, for your brothers, for us that never had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you in prison, you never had a voice,
that's right.
right? So this is why I created Dog in the Yard.
Yeah.
For us to have the opportunity, ex-convicts, ex-brothers that was in jail, come home, see, cause for brothers out there, the youth could see that it's never too late to change.
That's right.
It's never that mindset, that transition is never too late.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And also, I love what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So I also told them that anytime they want to do a commercial that they want to implement, and I could put it on my website or Dog in the Yard with
Yeah.
my show, we'll get no charge, because this
Appreciate
is
that, bro.
your platform.
Yes.
This is our shit.
Yes.
This is ours.
Yes.
So anytime you have something that's gonna provide us anything that has to do with your job, your mission, we here. This platform is here for you. You come back. You could give us a video, send it to CK, get it done. You know, we put it up there for more people, more family and friends can reach out to you. Anything to expand what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anything we could get more help in what we're trying to achieve as a whole. My platform is here, which is your platform.
We appreciate that, man, because we need that.
That's what I'm
we
saying.
need that. We need that a
So
great
I'm telling
deal,
you
bro.
because, you know, I also told them, want to make sure I spread this so y'all
Yes.
can all know
Yes.
that the platform is here.
Yes.
Get a commercial that's going to generate, it's going to help out to get more on the mission that we try to achieve.
Yeah.
Because I'm with it.
Yeah.
You could tell me, P, I got this going on, just like the brother, he knows Fat Danny.
Yes, my guy.
Yeah, so that's my brother.
Yeah.
Fat Danny, they got a rally coming up soon.
Yeah.
More than welcome to
Yeah.
come. Let me know in advance. Pete, reach out to CK. Pistol, we need you here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And believe me.
My mom's and his family was at a rally when I was still inside, because we always in the city, we always had the same circle trying to rally to get out.
Yeah,
all of us.
Yeah, all of y'all. Yeah,
Because even like with him,
Larry
right?
told me.
He's been doing so much in there, right? You gotta get a shot, bro. Like it don't make no sense to warehouse him in there like that, bro. He gonna become miserable, bro.
Yeah, like he's good. He's in a good spirit, and he changed a lot. He's a whole new man.
Imagine the impact he could have on so many kids in the community in regards to
man.
where he's come from, right? Because he's a credible messenger.
No, he's a credible
It's not like he's a
messenger.
square, like, yo, who's this clown come up here? No,
He's a credible messenger.
And this is what he's doing
good
now.
for the Latinos, for his own kind person, like Dominicans.
Yes.
I think he'll be a great impact.
Great
on
influence.
people.
That's
Yeah.
what. But what good is it for him just sitting inside of a
Sitting
cage,
there
bro?
with wasting his life. He already did 32 years, man.
And this is one of our biggest fights right now that we trying to have. Like, listen, we understand, right? Some people have to sit down. We got that. We understand that. We ain't telling you open the door, free fall. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
What we saying is give those that deserving of an opportunity,
Those that are really trying
man.
to get home, and they showing you while they in there
What they
that
doing.
what they doing, and not only by just talking about it, they actually showing it. You know what I mean? They have achieved a whole bunch of things.
And what good is
should
it in there if you can't let them come out here and
I
put it to
totally
use, bro?
agree with you guys, man. Family and friends, man. I'm totally agree with you guys, man. I love that. I love what y'all doing. I love everything y'all doing, what y'all stand for. And y'all saved. Y'all brung 20-something people home already. I mean, these, it's working. So listen, man. I usually ask, what you would do for prison reform. What y'all doing is, it is prison reform, but it's beyond. You know what I'm saying? And I salute you guys, man.
Thank you,
You
bro.
know what I mean? And I'm definitely with y'all. Just know that Dog in the Yard's here for you guys, man. I love what you do. Anything that we can assist with, I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way that's the way we gotta. I think that the best way to anything to work is by us staying united.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? For us doing it, moving as a unit.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So, and it's important because I got this is not a small platform.
Yeah.
This platform is pretty big, Dog in the Yard.
Yeah.
So I just want you to keep in mind that I'm with you guys.
We appreciate that.
Anytime we need to get up there in Dog in the Yard and announce this because this is unfairly and this is what we're working on. You're more than welcome to set it up, come back up here, CK. We explode it.
Yeah.
We do what we got to do to make it right.
Yeah, 'cause we all impacted by that, bro. We all impacted by that,
of
bro.
course, man.
We all got scars. I'm talking about
All
scars
of
that you
us.
can't visibly see,
No,
man.
we still scarred.
Yes, that's a
Look what
fact.
his
Yeah, you
brother
right.
that died that they killed.
Yeah. Messiah, yeah, right after that, right? Robert
on.
Brooks get killed,
I mean,
yeah.
that affected.
When I seen that, bro,
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's been happening.
the thing with me was that, you know what's crazy, right? Because there was times where I would call a family member and say, yo, man, I got into a little verbal spat with the police. They jumped on me. What do you do? I ain't do nothing. I just told you. I was verbal with it.
Yeah.
And they got physical, so I got physical back with them.
Of course.
But they don't believe that because they believe the system is supposed to be doing what the system's supposed to be doing. But we know that because we lived in there.
Yeah.
So now society's seeing it on camera. We're like, yeah, remember that time I called you? You was like, what did he do? Everybody's seen it. The whole world's seen him on TV, shackled up, doing nothing, and they killed him. I've been subjected to that more than one time.
Oh, facts.
We all been subjected to that one. All you gotta do is be outspoken.
Man, it knocked my teeth
You know
out.
what I'm saying?
Forget it. Police to fuck me up so bad. I used to be in my cell in the bed for like 3 days. Them coming through with the fucking big old bread. Fucking shit is hard as
The
hell
loaf.
with the big ass bread with the carrot.
Yeah.
You could crack
Everything
your-
inside of it. Yeah,
could
crack your head with
your
that.
Fucking head with
Yeah,
that shit.
with some milk. That's old.
Yeah, you know me with some cabbage, some old ass. Nah, man. So you know, it's they've been doing it, and it's time to bring all that shit to the light.
Even with the policies that's going on inside there, right? We trying to come up with some type of way where, okay, forget IG, right? Forget all these other connected to the Department of Corrections investigation bureaus, right? Too many people out here that's been out here for a long period of time that's no longer on parole, right? That's out here that's been advocates for the prison system.
Right.
Either we go create a new table with us involved in that table, because if I'm sure you could tell, right? How many therapeutic programs when you was in prison worked for you that Department of Corrections put together? Exactly, none. Every program that I learned something from came from us, bro.
Yeah, from each other.
We put it together.
Yeah,
we
put it
created
together.
it. So
Yes.
how is it that we're not part of the program design of the Department of Corrections?
I get you saying. You right.
How we can't
That's a
get how we
fucking
can't get a
fact,
seat
man.
at the table, bro?
Damn, Fred, that's deep.
How we can't get a seat at the table?
That's a
We
fact.
created,
We
all the
created
programs
all that
that are
shit.
beneficial that we run. We run them in the prison.
Yeah.
We go down to the school building. We run we run them.
We
not
run
no,
them.
not
Not
no
them.
CO staff.
Nah,
we run
hell
them.
no.
So
Yeah.
how you gonna tell us we can't have a seat at the table to say, yo, hold up, these programs that y'all got, trash those. These are the ones that we want to implement.
Yeah, these are the ones that's working.
These are the ones that we've been doing
That's
on our
right.
own. Wasn't even getting paid for them.
Yeah.
So now the Department of
And they
Corrections,
working.
and they working.
Yeah.
All these programs you see out here now, brothers putting together from the outside, from the inside that came out here with them. Why we can't go back inside? Same way how you got nurses going in there. Or listen, he's been off parole for 20 years. He has a certificate of good conduct. He can go in there and teach his class from right here in the streets. Send him back up in there.
Absolutely.
Send him right back in
I'm
there.
going back to Rikers Island. I go to Rikers Island and I go on that motivation speak. I have to talk to them. I have to try to, I do everything. I go to
We the ones supposed to be benefiting off of that, bro.
Yes,
us, because
us.
we went through the experience.
Yes, we the
suffered
only one that can relate to too anyway. Cause they can't. Ain't nobody. When you're in jail, you open to a lot of shit, but you closed minded to a lot of other shit. Meaning, staff, police. We can't really. We'll relate to each other more, and I'll be able to tell you, hey, I was just going through this, man. My girl hung up the phone on me. Whether it's that or my girl left me.
Yeah.
She got Jody in the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not,
You got that
not staff.
conversation.
We can have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where we'll grow.
Yeah.
Because you're telling me, well, this is what you do, Pete.
Yeah.
Refrain yourself from doing that because all you're doing is hurting yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No question.
And it's just.
But
it's
the thing
just-
with that too, on top of that, right, is that don't never. I know you probably don't, right? But be mindful, right? You have a name, right? Your name comes with influence, right? Whether you know or not, these kids could be little kids. They hear the name. Oh shit!
Yeah.
But now here he is. He coming in here, but we heard all the negative shit, right? But this brother's in here doing something productive. So now these same little kids who want to follow negative shit gonna say, but damn, if Pistol doing it, I want to do that too.
Of course.
So now this might be a big homie, might be whatever he may be in the
Yeah,
joint. So
yeah.
now he got all these other little dudes. Listen, now we doing what Pistol doing. We gonna go out there, we gonna get us a podcast, we gonna do
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna tell you something.
We need
man. That's
to be
a
able
fact.
to do that, bro.
That's a fact. Cause I go to Rikers Island, man, and the impact that I created is amazing. I didn't even know that it was gonna be like that. I'm not gonna lie
bro.
to you, but I go in there and they're like, oh shit, let's you know who?
Yeah.
First predicate on Rikers Island.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm in there like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
I'm putting gangs members
Yeah.
together. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all thinking, but this ain't it.
That's right.
what are y'all doing to each other?
That's
Like,
right.
what we doing here?
Yeah.
And they be like this, word pistol, and they either see me on, on their tablets. Now they got
Yeah.
tablets, they see me on there. I interview like Andre Norman. I don't know
No
if you-
question. I know
you
Andre.
what
I
I'm
seen him on
saying?
the
Yeah,
job.
so I brought Andre Norman to Rikers Island, and like I tell everybody else, I went to Rikers Island as part of my legacy.
Yeah.
When I first went.
Yeah.
I've been writing a book. I'm Pistol Pete. Yes, I'm a legend in New York. Rikers.
Yeah.
He did that. He did. Yeah, dude. All that's cool. But when Andre Norman came and Andre Norman was like, Pete, you the Jay-Z of this shit.
Yeah.
Don't you see the impact that you create when you come in here? Every gangster, everybody, whether they old, young, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have the ability and the power to do that. And I felt the need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I felt like if I don't, like that's my calling. If I don't get myself involved in that, it's like I'm letting my people down.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I'm there loyally. I go there Thursday. I got Dog in the Yard, my program. I got my guys. I go in there with my team. We do what we do. I bring a lot of guests. You know what I'm saying? So like, whenever you want to come up in there and you want to, share some of your knowledge and
I'm
all
on
that.
board for that.
You know what I'm saying? You can contact CK, give him your information, name. We put you on there. We stay in contact. We'll get you the clearance. You come up in there with Dog in the Yard, and we build.
That's right.
We go in there, and we build.
Now, I want to share some of the self-imposed trauma, right? I'm gonna give you an example, right? So, I had 2 jobs. I've been home, right? And I excelled in the job so quick in the matter of 60, 90 days. They made me a manager in a hospital, operational manager, right? And the other job, I was a supervisor. But I'm gonna show you how prison fucks us up. And this is why I told you I hate this shit. So, when I'm in the hospital, right? As an operational manager, I'm overseeing 22 people. They my staff.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day I'm there, one of the staff got into altercation with the director, a verbal altercation, boom, boom. So we get back to the office, we walking back to the office, the dude said, yo, the director, is my boss. He said, yo, when we get back, I need you to write a statement. I said, write a statement? I don't write no fucking statements. But it didn't register until I seen his facial expression. He like, and I said, nah, yo, I got some stuff in my mind. I just need to go in the office. So I go in the office. I'm like, the fuck you mean write a statement? That's offensive because I subscribed to culture for so long. Like, fuck you mean write a statement? You know what I'm saying? So
you looking at this?
yeah, but I'm just showing you how messed up these codes be having us if you don't know how to like shed some of this shit.
Yeah.
I had to get on the
You're not in
phone
the same environment.
and call my man. I said, yo, bro, this dude just asked me to write a statement. My man just started laughing at me. Fuck, it's funny, man. He said, yo, bro, where you at? I said, I'm at work. Exactly, you at work, bro.
Yeah.
He said, bro, let me ask you a question. When you was in the streets, did you follow the rules? I said, yeah. He said, well, you at work. Follow the fucking rules, man. You got a job, nigga. You ain't commit no fucking crime.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
It's a
about?
fact.
I said, yeah, but I don't write statements, bro. He said, bro, again,
Yeah, you're not in
you
the
at
street.
work, bro.
You're not in the street.
Know but I'm just showing you
Yeah,
how much
it's a
you
whole
be
different
messed
thing
up.
now, man.
The
Yeah.
next thing was, they got walkie-talkies. Yo, we need you. I said, listen, I don't know how to operate that, man. Let's take my cell phone number. If you need me, get in contact. Walkie-talkies to me is the CO. I don't want no walkie-talkie.
I got
And
you.
they start making terms of, you got to make rounds. I'm not making no rounds. COs make rounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk around, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, these are all the things that now bring me be like, yo, like,
Yeah. Can't let those things block you.
I'm learning that now, bro. I'm just
Can't
showing you
let-
how much
yeah.
the prison
yeah,
has
it's
messed
cool,
us up
but
in the culture, you
I'm
know?
telling you, don't let none of that shit block you. You out, you working, do what you have to do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're not putting nobody in jail.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They ain't telling you write a statement to put a nigga in jail, right?
yeah,
You okay.
yeah,
It's your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to keep your job. Walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
They had phones with the walkie-talkie before you came home.
yeah,
So it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's all part of the new culture. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Things advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, listen, man, 26 years, right?
31 years.
You did 31 years. Come on, man. Right? Shit is not, I think you're doing great for a brother that came
Thank you,
home from
bro.
doing 31 years.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Most of the guys that did 5 years, 10 years, and did a little bit in the box, they mental is fucked up.
I thank God for that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
not
Like,
even really-
that
I
mental
thank
health is
God.
important.
Yeah.
And we're not getting enough of that help in prison.
Yeah, they won't get it at all in prison.
That's what I'm saying, though. So I'm looking at you. I'm like, shit, you're doing great, brother. Like, you just got to, anytime you stumble, you did the right thing. Call somebody that's more level-headed, that's been out here, and somebody that's not afraid to tell you, France,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Because I would have told you the same
Yeah.
thing. You would have called me. I would have been like, France, what are you talking about, bro? You at fucking work, bro. Like, you okay? Like, nigga, go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You're not telling on nobody.
Yeah.
That's your job. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. See me later. We'll build on it.
I'm learning. Like I said, you know, when you've been this way for so long, it ain't that simple to just turn that switch off just like that.
I know
You what
that.
I'm saying?
No,
So I'm learning.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I told you earlier, like for me, I'm respecting the process and I'm going through the process. Like I said, I got a company called Finally Free. I have yet to get off the ground. I'm still in the beginning process, but like I'm still trying to like figure out
Yeah,
this.
you trying to figure it out, man.
Figure out
You
this.
just-
One
you
part of me
still
is still a
fresh.
little boy. Like
You
I
still
said,
fresh.
yeah. I'm trying to figure it
You're
out.
still
man.
fresh. You still have a lot more to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because every day you grow more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And as a free man, you know, you growing more. You know, you're more independent. It's more, you know, so it's going to be challenging. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. But with the right support and the right brothers around you, we can't let you fail.
no question.
Do you get it?
No question.
Like, I'm not going to let you fail.
No question.
Like, if you need to get my number and you think you're going to go crazy on one point,
Yeah.
just get my number. Right after this right here, you get my own personal number because I refuse for France to go back to jail.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear France win and spaz the fuck out, you know, and went crazy and that's job. And no, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because you was in jail your whole life, bro.
Yeah.
It's time to sit. It's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to, like, really put everything into play. And you've been doing it. You know, and then, like I said, it's not easy, but I believe that you got the right people around you.
Yeah. I got some great, I got great support.
You got some
bro.
good support.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
good
saying?
support.
And with that being said, man, France, man, you know, listen, man, all I can tell you is stay focused, stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your lane.
Yes.
You did it in jail. You
Yeah.
can do it out here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You stayed in your lane in jail, in prison, you could do it out here. I promise you. You know, it ain't always going to be easy. There's a lot of immature people out here. There's a lot of nutty jobs out here. A lot of nut jobs. A lot of disrespects. A lot of people do dumb shit, whether it's in the train, whether it's next to you, whether you know, guys spit right next to you. A lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
But we surpass all that.
all, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let none of that shit trick you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and with that being said, man, I want to thank you for coming, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you too,
Appreciate
brother.
you,
for having
brother.
me, man.
You
Pleasure
hear me?
meeting you, brother.
Appreciate you so, man.
Yes.
And I just keep doing the right thing, man.
Yes.
I'm here for you.
Thank you, bro. I
And the
appreciate
platform
you.
is here for you, and this is our platform.
Thank
Remember
you, bro.
that.
Very therapeutic too, man.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yes.
man.
Very
It
therapeutic.
works for us, man.
Yeah.
It works, man. Trust me. The more time we spend here, the more we build, the more we wise. As we get more wise, we powerful.
Yeah.
We get together.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of us, we powerful, man. We come up with all kind of ideas. We next thing you know, we conquering. We might be running for president next year.
I'm with the pastor. If we can't run per se, we could assign somebody to run.
That's what I'm saying.
One
we
of
could
us.
do that. Absolutely. One of us that we could be able to know that we're going to get the right shit, be the justice that we never had.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, I want to thank, man, France for coming through. You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete, dog in the yard. What up? You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. First and foremost, I want to thank France for coming through. Keep doing your greatness out there. You are a blessing to the team. All I can say, you've been home 18 months and you're doing great. And with that being said, we salute you and we here for you. Dog in the Yard, your boy Pistol.
Who are these KAR guys anyways? See it out, then we slide.